My shit is on like 3%, so I'm gonna make this very quick, hopefully. Also, yeah, for whatever reason, my depression has came back full force. I also have food, so I'm gonna be eating that while I talk. But anyways, my depression has came back full force. Not really sure why. Picked up old habits. I'm probably going to end up like getting back on antidepressants because I've shocker. Antidepressants can help lifelong depression. Shocker. Who would have thought? But yeah. And it's kind of funny because it's just like I've found myself like I don't know if it's because of like the lifelong 1 second. I don't know if it's because of the like lifelong depression because I've had depression and anxiety since I was a child. Like I don't really have a passion for anything. And like it took me a long time to like realize that I just have high functioning depression, which may like I've been diagnosed with depression before. But it's like I didn't realize that persistent depressive disorder was a thing, and like looking at all of my symptoms, I am like kind of realizing that that might be the case. And it kind of sucks because it's just like when you are a person of color, let alone a black person, like people don't really, I feel like people don't really take mental health as seriously as our white counterparts. Yeah. And it also kind of sucks because it's just like, at least on TikTok, because TikTok is toxic, like a lot of people kind of, especially people in the black community, are kind of just like, oh yeah, if you're black, you kind of have to like do things, like you have to walk in, I forgot what they're called. Have to be political if you're black, apparently. And a lot of people who are on the political side of TikTok, especially when it comes to the black community, I've noticed, like, they don't take into account of, like, oh yeah, there's people with depression. Black people specifically, black women specifically, that have depression. So it's kind of harder for people with mental health struggles to like be active in political movements or to even talk about political things because it's just like generational trauma is a thing. And then on top of that, it's just like, yeah, sure, our ancestors fought. Like, we had so many human rights movements started by black people, and I'm very grateful for those black people because, like, I would not have the rights that I have today. But it's also just like the body keeps toll of like the trauma that you can go through and will go through and have gone through, and to some degree that can get passed down onto your kids. So it's just like, if that's the case, what makes like, and I have a family history of like depression and like mental health stuff that we're not gonna get into, but like it's also just like I have grandparents who are literally alive during like segregation. So it's just like there's an innate fear of racist people, obviously. But it's just like, it really frustrates me that a lot of people are trying to make human rights movements nowadays, but they're not taking into account of community. Like, we all know what the fuck is going on, essentially, and it's just like, you're expecting me, a depressed person who has had not so great thoughts about, like, not breathing, essentially. I'm not about to force myself to talk about something that's going to put me in a worse mood than I'm already in, because a lot of times I'm not in a good mood. A lot of times I'm frustrated or irritated, and I'm anxious and all of this other stuff, and it's just like, that's just really frustrating, to be honest with you. And like, that goes on to the point of, like, I don't really have a passion. Like, I'm turning 23 this year, and I haven't gone to college, and like, that's another thing that people put pressure on people, like, their kids for, is like going to college and such. And it's just like, I didn't really have to, like, I by no means was I a dumb kid. I was in pre-AP and pre-IB classes in high school. I was in college, like I was in dual credit English at some point. And granted, I didn't graduate top of my class, but like, again, I was not the dumbest kid at my school, by no means. But it's just like, when you kind of have this pressure to be good in school and all of this other stuff, and like, you go through things that would traumatize a child, it kind of makes you not want to go to college very much. So like, up until like I was 18, 19 years old, I did not know what the fuck I wanted to do in college, and I still don't. So it's just like, I know I want to go to school for biology or something science related, whether it be archaeology, nursing, anything related to forensics. My phone died. My phone died. But like, yeah, even then, it's just like, I don't know what I exactly want to do, because the thought and idea of like going into something that I was even somewhat passionate about when I was younger does not seem like a good idea. Like, going to school for something that I at some point was passionate about, whether it be anything creative, because I feel like I am a creative person, but like, depression is a bitch. So it's just like I don't want to go to school for something that I'm even somewhat passionate about, and then like try to make money off that and like get a career off that, because it's just like, that doesn't feel right. I have worked in retail and fast food and all of that other stuff, but it gets to a point where, like, because you have dealt with mental health for so long, you don't know, like, you never really fit in anywhere. And like, the crazy thing about it is that, like, I've tried to talk about this before. I never knew how to like word it until now. Yeah. But like, really, that's all I really wanted to come on and talk about, because it's just like, I don't know, I kind of need to like rant about this, and like, I don't to be honest with you, I don't have friends that I could possibly talk to about this. And I'm not in therapy right now. So it's just like, how do you talk about something like this when you don't really have anybody to talk to about? Like, I don't know I don't know how to word things today, and I don't know why. Anyways, I'm not sure what the fuck I talked about in last video. Actually, I'm probably gonna end up making a different video about that. Okay, like, I have updates. Like, and I don't know, like, me talking about depression and shit, and then, like, having a lighter thing to talk about, it doesn't really make any sense to me. So I'm gonna probably make another video about that. And plus, like, I don't really know how to word what I'm gonna say, so I'm gonna, like, I want to think about what the fuck I want to say first. So anyways, I'm not gonna I feel like in the last video I did promise that I was gonna be more consistent. This is the video that I come out and say I have depression, so, like, don't. It's probably gonna be, like, in July where I decide to post a video again. I'm not even gonna front with you. Not gonna front with you. But yeah, that's all I really wanted to talk about. Deuces.